Hello, Contrarians listeners, watchers, subscribers. Here we are with the very, very first post-credits of the summer event. I already forgot the name, Alex. From bedroom to box office? Is that it? All right.
B2B.
B2B, right at the beginning. First at bat, David Cronenberg, RABID, and our star for this movie, Charlotte...
Not even close. Marilyn Chambers.
Marilyn Chambers. I was going to say Charlotte Rampling, this completely different actress. RABID, we talked about it. It's just fresh enough. Mm-hmm. So we gave it the Contrarians Treatment on the main feed. We talked a lot about the movie, and yet there was a lot left to be said because Alex wanted to share some stuff here in the post-credits video. So you know what you're in for. More Rotten Tomatoes quotes, more trivia, the Josh Gad Minute, trailer chatter. It's all here. It's all starting right now. Alex, you ready for some quotes?
Indeed.
78% fresh, only 27 reviews, because, back then in the late 70s, Rotten Tomatoes was not the force that shaped popular culture the way it does now. 46% on the popcorn meter. The popcorn is lying down, spilling popcorn. A little over 5,000 ratings on that. But the consensus says its gruesome scares may nauseate more than thrill, but RABID bites into its story with distinct sophistication and thought-provoking themes. Is this, more than 30 years, more than 50 years later, Alex, is this still gruesome?
At any point? If no one's ever really dabbled in horror or body horror specifically, yeah, could be.
But who starts with RABID today?
There's someone out there that this was their first horror movie at some point in their life, so.
Well, yeah, but that's older people. I guess I have a hard time thinking that somebody, a Gen Z, a millennial, this was their first horror movie, their first body horror experience. Mm-hmm. They probably saw something that was way more hardcore, and then they watch RABID.
Less practical.
What's the name of there's this French filmmaker. She's made I think 2 movies so far, and those are pretty graphic. And
oh, you're talking about the Martyrs? Is that one of them? No,
different filmmaker. It's more recent than that. One is the one about the it's this college student that gets a craving for human meat.
Oh yeah, Raw, I believe, is the movie you were thinking of.
Raw, and its follow-up,
Julia.
Julia, yeah. Yes, her follow-up was about the woman that becomes impregnated by her car.
Oh,
so that's some
Teton.
Next level. Yes.
Yeah.
So, kids today, they're watching that stuff. Did they watch RABID? I'm like, all right, shock me. Still, I guess, if you put yourself in the shoes of a critic in 1977, maybe, Well, let's move on to the first fresh quote. Scott McKellar from The Skinny says, after the shock tactics of Shivers, Cronenberg's next venture into body horror is more subdued, but holds up surprisingly well. Shivers, Cronenberg's first feature. Mm-hmm. Alex, we recorded the main feed episode last night, and I had this weird, optimistic thought that I was going to be able to watch Shivers before this recording, so I could just bring some extra knowledge and tell you, it really is the next step. It's an evolution from Shivers to RABID. Not the case. We're really busy at work. I didn't take a lunch break, so I didn't even get to, any time to myself.
Yet to come.
Yeah, at some point. But I was curious, so I looked up Shivers. I did the very bare minimum of research. Shivers is 85% of tomato meter, so a little higher, a little fresher. 27 reviews from critics, about the same. 58% of the popcorn meter, also not popular with the audiences, at least as far as Rotten Tomatoes goes. Now here's where it gets interesting, Alex. Well, first, the consensus. It's also fresh. Shivers uses elementally effective basic ingredients to brilliant effect and lays the profoundly unsettling foundation for director David Cronenberg's career to follow. You could kind of say the same thing about RABID. And then, I went a little further. I spoiled myself because I was like, seriously, I don't know when I would get to Shivers. And if I do, it'll be for the show. So I read the synopsis. After a scientist living in a posh apartment complex slaughters a teen girl and kills himself, investigators discovered that the murderer had been carrying on experiments involving deadly parasites. Roger St. Luc, a doctor living in the building, and his aide, Nurse Forsyth, then realize that the parasites are on the loose, attacking fellow tenants, and those who become hosts turn into erotically obsessed maniacs who pass the bugs on through violent sex. So this is another movie where sexuality becomes maybe a liability. Obviously, took me back to our conversation from last night about RABID, but also Cronenberg's Crash and his idea of combining body horror and sexuality. And I ended up more interested in watching Shivers after reading that than I was before. So really, coming soon, somehow, some way. We'll talk about it. I don't know if it's streaming. I'm sure it's somewhere. Probably Tubi. Now let's move on to the second quote. This is from Time Out. There's no critic listed. It says, none of the other recent apocalypse movies have shown so much political or cinematic sophistication. What apocalypse movies were going on at the end of the 70s, Alex?
Let's see here. Apocalypse Now. Oh, Soylent Green. Was that late? No, that was early 70s. Mad Max is definitely an apocalyptic. Dawn of the Dead. Yeah, this is in the sense of like a zombie outbreak movie. Like, what would happen?
Yeah, but it's, I mean, as discussed in the episode, that's just like the tail end of the movie. So it's almost like the prequel to the post-apocalyptic movie. This is how you got to the world of Mad Max or Dawn of the Dead or whatever. Those are the quotes, Alex. Let's talk about the trailer. Let's do some trailer chatter.
Oh, baby. My favorite grindhouse trope I always like to talk about, where you say the name of the movie over and over again throughout the trailer. Rabid. Rabid. This summer they will be rabid. That type of shit. Literally shows the last shot of the movie in the trailer.
Shameless.
Yeah.
I mean, out of context, you don't really know what's happening. You don't even know who that is.
It's true. But the trailer definitely, kind of like we theorized yesterday, it definitely, or didn't theorize, we read about and learned about, was that the focus is centered around Marilyn Chambers, because they got there pretty quick. You know, the starring Marilyn Chambers, and, you know, she's in the trailer for the majority of it. But they do a job of selling the best part of the movie, which is the third act. And that's basically what the trailer's constructed of.
Yeah, this is a lot more Contagion vibes than Dawn of the Dead vibes, or even, I guess, Shivers vibes. I thought it was great that they bookended with her waking up. Like, that's how the trailer starts, and that's how the trailer ends. She is the star. The voiceover is classic, and I guess it keeps its biggest surprise, which is the nature of the thread. You don't really see the armpit appendage, which is probably the most bonkers thing that happens in the movie. It really feels more like it's a zombie movie. No, what do they say? Like, she's the only one that knows what's happening?
Yes,
right?
Yeah. Like, everyone's dying and she's the only one who knows why, or something like that. Yeah.
They'll also kind of blow, I guess when it's kind of a shocking moment, it made me laugh, but it's, Amazon blows it, because the screenshot, the thumbnail for Rabbit on Amazon Prime is the shot of that woman in the freezer.
Mm-hmm. That's the poster too, yeah.
Oh, it's the poster? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's how one of the closing shots here in the trailer is, what's his name? Moore? Is it Frank Moore? The boyfriend, Hart?
Oh, baby. Frank Moore, I think you're right with that. Yeah.
Frank Moore? Yeah,
Hart Reed. Yeah.
Hart Reed opening the freezer, seeing this frozen woman, and then completely underreacting. Yeah, it's like, oh.
It's like he found like a dead squirrel or like a dead rat like in a trap in his garage. And it's like, oh, but it's like a woman frozen after being killed, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah. Not even in the very small, very concentrated time of the trailer, they can't make that guy shine. I don't know, Alex, do you think that you watch this trailer and then you watch the movie? Are you disappointed that it's not crazier, that the movie's not crazier, it's not more fast-paced?
Yeah, because it sells it like a zombie movie. It sells it like a Night of the Living Dead type thing of, it could be your mother, it could be your best friend, it could be your neighbor. And it's like, Yeah, that element is kind of explored at one point, but that's not at all what the movie's about.
No, no. Do not be fooled by the trailer for Rabid. It's very different. It's very weird, but yeah, we're probably better off skipping the trailer. Let's move on to probably the most challenging part of this video, Alex. How do you make Josh Gad fit here in the Josh Gad Minute? How do you make him fit in the David Cronenberg movie?
Well, just from the Cronenberg, like, mad scientist perspective, he could take the place of Kelloyd. He could be the guy who, like, runs the show. And he has to become infected at some point, I think. Josh Gad does.
Okay, so he's not going to replace the worst actor in the movie.
Which that's
Hart.
the natural instinct I had, was to have him play Hart just to get Frank Moore out of here. But he's got to be someone that gets infected. Yeah, I think Kelloyd would be good because he has a substantial part, and then he gets infected and he goes bonkers during, like, the surgery, which, you know, Gad could maybe get a pratfall mixed in with that. I don't want to. I guess he could play Lloyd Walsh, despite Lloyd being the first one to get it. And maybe that would be a good role for him, because Lloyd isn't inherently bad. It's just what the nurse accuses him of that's bad. So,
right.
Yeah.
He's more like clueless.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, this topless woman wants me to hug her. I guess I'll do it.
Yeah, or I guess the only other option, really, to have him in a role of consequence or substance, he could play Murray, but I think we agreed in the episode that Joe Silver's the best actor in the movie, so we don't need to replace that. So I think the options come down to Lloyd Walsh or Dr. Kelloyd.
Yeah, I like both of those. Let's say that the Gad he's booked. There's like a new Frozen coming up, and he just can't. He only can give us like a day. Then maybe the stunt casting would be having him as Santa, the Santa that gets gunned down.
Yes,
at the mall.
Just Squib City.
Yeah, and people go, "Was that Josh Gad?"
Exactly.
Too late.
Because there's only like 2 shots and not enough to focus on. Yeah, I love it. That'd be brilliant.
Yeah. So Josh Gad, it's up to your schedule, depending how free you are. If you want to delve a little bit more, we'll give you a bigger role. But if not, at the very least, Santa, then you can be part of the RABID remake. But that was the Josh Gad Minute. Honestly, I thought it was going to be harder. Let's move on to trivia, Alex. What did you keep from us?
Thought it was going to be harder.
Episode?
Not the last time Julio will be saying that in this journey this summer. So this was written and directed by David Cronenberg, Ivan Reitman, an executive producer on it, which hilariously he is pretty elemental, or he's pretty essential in the casting of the lead in this movie. Budget of an estimated $550,000 Canadian, of course, with a box office return of $7 million Canadian, which good little profit there. I forgot in the movie they do that thing where the car falls off the bridge, so that had to be like 100,000 of it.
I forgot about it so much that when I saw it in the trailer, I'm like, did that happen? Or was that just a shot that made it to the trailer but not to the final cut? Okay, so that happens. That's how they end the thing with the guy that drills through the door of the car.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
That eventually leads to that sort of chase, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Initially titled Mosquitoes, Cronenberg had difficulty writing the script due to the broader nature of the film's city setting compared to Shivers, which took place in one apartment complex. At one point, he told John Dunning that, "John, I just woke up this morning and realized this is nuts. Do you know what this movie's about? This woman grows a cock thing in her armpit and then sucks people's blood through it. It's ridiculous. I can't do this. It's not going to work."
Rare moment of self-awareness from David Cronenberg. That's like David Lynch waking up one day and like, my movies are weird.
Yeah. Well, there's that story about David Lynch when he did Blue Velvet. The whole scene with the oxygen mask and the dress.
Yeah.
There's that story of when they were shooting it, David Lynch couldn't stop laughing. And then they were just like, what? He's like, this is so ridiculous. Like, he just... I love it. Cronenberg wanted Sissy Spacek to play the lead character after seeing her performance in Badlands. However, Dunning rejected her, citing her freckles and her Texan accent. Marilyn Chambers was suggested by executive producer Ivan Reitman. Reitman heard that Chambers was looking for mainstream roles and had existing name recognition. How'd she get that? Check out the episode.
So this, even though I brought it up, I didn't fully connect the dots. Sissy Spacek is Carrie, right?
Yeah.
So when we see the poster of Carrie as she's exiting the porno theater in the movie, is that Cronenberg kind of tipping his hat at what could have been?
According to this right here, you beat me to the punch, Julio. But
Oh, okay.
Cronenberg agreed to cast Chambers after being impressed by her audition, even though he had not seen her best-known movie, Behind the Green Door. Cronenberg would later say that he had been impressed by Chambers and her work ethic during the filming of Rabid. Spacek would go on to star in a hit film, Carrie. Cronenberg included a poster for that movie in the background for a scene of Rabid. So there you go. Cronenberg's editing decisions to tighten and reduce the film's runtime produced criticism, such as his removal of a scene which he regretted cutting that explained the development of the armpit orifice. That's kind of an important thing.
Or is it? Did you finish this movie thinking that you needed to know how that happened? Like, what was the logic behind an armpit penis?
No, but see, my thing is, if they film that, I'm kind of curious what it was. But it's the same thing I would bitch about today if a movie came out. I'd be like, I don't need to know how it's created. Just create it, and so she can kill with it. It's kind of funny that at one point in time they thought, we should explain this, and then he's like, nah, got to get it down to 90 minutes.
How can you explain it? There is no...
That's a good point. It might even be more ridiculous if you try to explain it. Yeah. Warner Brothers released Rabid on VHS in 1983. In 2000, it was released on DVD by New Concord Home Entertainment. And E1 Entertainment released a special edition of the DVD in 2004. The film was re-released on DVD and Blu-ray by Arrow Video February 16th of 2015. Scream Factory released the film on Blu-ray on November 22nd, 2016. They put out the trailer we watched for this. That's where it came from.
I saw that.
And as of last year, the Scream Factory reissued the film in 4K. I don't know if I need that, Julio. What about yourself?
4K penis coming out of an armpit? Why not? Where else are you going to find that? I just want to know the person. You might be out there watching this video right now. Are you the one that collects RABID releases? Like, do you have every single release in physical media? You have the VHS and the newest 4K and then the Arrow one and everything? Because I want a picture of that. Just like the RABID box set. And it's all the same movie. It's just, do you do that with Halloweens?
It's true. Yeah.
So you can't judge.
No. It's gotten away from me. I fully concede. I find this hilarious. At the time, the film was one of the highest grossing Canadian films ever. Like, I just love the idea that in the 70s, no one took Canadian filmmakers seriously. And of the 7 million, not even 1 million of it was in Canada. You would think that'd be, it's not like a fucking Asian film or something where it's a completely different continent, but you would think more of the money would have been made domestically.
What was that? You can't, no, it's not you can't come home again, but it's something like, you can't be the hero in your hometown. You have to go out to be recognized. I think Cronenberg needed to come to America and make, The Fly and Dead Ringers so he could really make it.
I found this pretty funny reading this earlier today after what we talked about in the episode. Les Wedman of the Vancouver Sun described the movie's story as dreadful and criticized the film for relying heavily on shocking special effects as opposed to suspense. He also stated that, with the exception of Joe Silver, there isn't a decent acting performance in the movie.
Look, maybe it'd be a good idea if you bring Rosie back with you, just till this thing blows over.
And discussed in the episode, there is a 2019 remake of the film, directed by Jen Soska and Sylvia Soska. Maybe something myself and Julio have to watch one day because, as we discovered, our friend Phil Brooks, CM Punk, is in it, alongside his wife, AJ Mendez. After a Girl on the Third Floor, no telling what type of De Niro-esque performance he turned in.
I wish I could say that it has to be better than Girl on the Third Floor. I remember you liked that movie at least, or at least you didn't dislike it the way I did. But
you hated that movie.
I did.
Yeah.
Would I hate this less? A remake of Rabid? I think. Well, it wasn't. CM Punk wasn't the problem, although he definitely wasn't doing the movie any favors.
Yeah, he wasn't great. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what he would do. Is he the titular Rabid? It would be funny if they gender flip it. It's CM Punk with a penis coming out of his armpit.
He's got like a vagina in his kneecap.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that was Rabin. Like as we'll be focusing on as we move through this journey, some of the actors du jour that fit in line with this project that we're doing. A lot of discussion about Miss Marilyn Chambers was had, and real talk. So be sure to go check out the episode.
Yeah, and despite what that reviewer said and that quote you read, I think we both were on the positive side as far as her performance.
Mhm.
So, I mean, she may not be Joe Silver, but also she was dealing with a far more ridiculous role than Joe Silver.
It's true.
She trudged forward. So, anyway, a very, very weird beginning to from the bedroom to the box office. Bedroom to box office, B2B to B2B.
B2B, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's it. That's it for this video. We'll come back later. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Bye.